My name is Scott Slapin, and I've been wanting to make this video for a while about 500 years of music history through the eyes of the viola. What better time to do it than during a worldwide pandemic? I was going to find a nicer place upstairs, but I've been practicing a lot of Hindemith lately, and my wife is tired of hearing it, so this is my basement. And being originally from New Jersey, this actually all reminds me a little bit of the oil refineries off of the turnpike, so I feel at home down here. The viola was invented a little over 500 years ago, and how many inventions can you say have not really changed much over that time? Very, very minimal changes. The viola was invented in imitation of the human voice, and it was originally meant to double choirs. And so for the first couple hundred years of its existence, that's what it mainly was doing. It was at the beginning of the Baroque period that for all string instruments, violin, viola, cello, they started to be used more on their own away from choirs. So the first example I'm going to play is going to be from Bach's third Partita, which was originally for violin. However, Bach was also a violist, and it is very likely that he played these violin works on the viola, but even if he didn't, they have been by many, many violists over the years. The excerpt I just played by Bach was written in 1720. Now we're going to fast forward 100 years to Paganini, and I'm going to play a few variations, the theme and a few variations from his 24th Caprice, which is most likely his most famous Caprice. While the Caprices were also written for violin, Paganini performed as a violist. He wrote a sonata for viola, and the famous quasi-viola concerto, Harold in Italy by Berlioz, was originally written for Paganini. So as we go forward into the next century, we're starting to have music written specifically for viola, and then even a little past that, you can actually get a degree in viola performance. But keep in mind, back during this time, virtually all viola players also played the violin, and that's what they studied first. But it's certainly to be assumed that this music was also played on the viola. Now we're going to fast forward just a little over 100 years again to May 18th, 1924, when Hindemith premiered this new viola sonata he wrote. So exactly to the day, 50 years before I was born, actually. And this piece is actually what got me banished from upstairs, because my long-suffering wife Tanya, during this quarantine, just couldn't stand to hear it anymore. It's a great piece, but it's loud, and it really you can see it's great to hear once, but you wouldn't want to hear it all day long for a long time. So I'm going to now play this I think very interesting excerpt by Hindemith.
Are you playing that Hindemith again?
Fast forward almost 100 years again to the present. I wrote this piece, The Voice of Your Mother, just about a year ago, and I wanted to have something to bring us to current times. There are, of course, many great compositions being written for the viola, but I don't have to pay royalties to play an excerpt of this one. So this is The Voice of Your Mother.